Now, the impact of the war in Gaza can be seen across the world. Ceasefire calls that grew in major US universities have turned into massive protests, surpassing the boundaries of the United States. As students are following in the footsteps of protesters at US campuses, many European universities are now witnessing pro-Palestinian protests. Encampments have been established, buildings have been occupied, the police have been forced to come into action. In the Netherlands, with the Dutch police officers facing off student protesters at the University of Amsterdam, the police dismantled barricades and detained several people. The police officers used batons against the protesters who tried to block the roads around the university premises and those who tried to head towards the nearby Holocaust monument.
We'll never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
In Berlin, hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters were cleared from the grounds of the university. Some 200 police were present at the campus, urging protesters to leave peacefully and avoid detention. Protesters shouted anti-police and pro-Palestinian slogans after the police arrived at the university's request.
Wenn die Polizisten, wenn die Kollegen zu euch kommen und euch mitnehmen.
These are the visuals from the Belgian city of Ghent. Around 100 students occupied a university building here on Tuesday in a joint pro-Palestinian and climate protest. In the UK, prestigious universities like Oxford and Cambridge have turned into protest sites. Students at Oxford University have set up a pro-Palestinian encampment to protest Israel's war on Gaza. Like students in the United States, these students in the UK are also calling for colleges to divest from Israel. Protests are also ongoing in the Australian campuses, where students have maintained encampments.
Donating just an excess of food.
So to begin with, we're occupying the university campus. As you can see behind, we're going to be marching around.
There's been a huge and incredible movement in America and now spreading around the world, including to Australia, of uni students fighting back, saying we're not going to accept that our higher educational institutions are complicit in this genocide.
Now, the situation remains tense across the colleges in the United States, with violent protests taking place in recent days and hundreds of police officers storming some campuses to make arrests. Now, the latest scuffle erupted in the University of Chicago, where pro-Palestinian protesters faced off with university police in riot gear shortly after the encampment was torn down. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators also attempted to disrupt the Met Gala. However, law enforcement successfully prevented the protesters from reaching the museum. The police detained several protesters near the prestigious event in New York. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.